Hello, and how are you? My name is LaVinson Scott, and I'm the president and founder of 6 Months Life Freedom Group. I want to thank all of you watching around the world who have eagerly waited for me to release this video. So once again, I want to thank you for your participation here tonight. Before we get started, I want to say, regardless of whether you choose to participate in what you see tonight, we have made a commitment that we're going to educate you on investments. We're going to educate you on the future of what's to come. And we're also going to be committed to provide you with the education that you need to be able to grow in terms of finance. So if you're participating in our Facebook group, I just simply want to say thank you, and we'll continue to provide that education and that free information to you, regardless of whether you participate in what you see. Okay? So yeah, I got a lot of mumbo jumbo here on the board tonight, and a lot of it's for my own personal notes, but I just want you to pay attention to kind of this big chunky sections here and kind of up top, okay, as we move along. I also want you to just do me a favor before we get started. I want you to put away your distractions. I know we got kids, we got family, we got a million things we got going on. You're probably doing this and doing something else. I want you to put away your distractions, and I want you to give me a hard 15, maybe to 20 minutes of your time. And if you do what I tell you to do, your life could be changed in ways that you only could imagine. And I wish I could tell you all, but it's better to say that sometimes it's better just to enjoy the journey. So with getting started with that, I just want to let you know a little bit about myself, how we got here, and a little bit what we're all about, okay? So just a little bit about me and my story. But before I tell you a little bit about myself, I do want to tell you what we are not at 6 Months to Life Freedom. We're not get rich overnight. We're not a money scheme. We're not going to get in this video and start telling you that you need to leave your job, okay? And that you're going to be this multi-millionaire in 4 or 5, 3 months. You know, we're not here to spew a bunch of crap. We're here to tell you the real, and we're here to keep it 100 with you. If I can say something, you'll stroll down at the bottom of these pages, and a lot of the things that we do is we teach you about a lot of the things that are already there for you. So we study a lot of things that are out there in the world, but maybe we're not concentrated or focused on them. And our job really is to help you focus on those things. So with that said, we just want to let you know that any company or business or anything or entity we speak of is licensed, operating, a tax-paying citizen, and as an established entity. So as we move forward, you know that you are working with companies that are paying their taxes, okay? So we'll talk a little bit about that. And I also want to tell you a little bit about my story before we get started, and how 6 Months to Life Freedom Group came about, and what is 6 Months to Life Freedom Club. One of the things that I want to let you know is that when I established this brand, there was kind of an interesting, I'd say, diagram that came into place. But the main thing that I want you to know is that at 6 Months to Life Freedom Group, what we've established is something we think is unlike anything else in the world, and I'm glad to bring it to you. I've actually, once again, I'm LaVinson Scott. I've actually been in the hotel and travel industry for probably over 25 years of my life. And what I found in being in the hotel and travel industry, it's been a wonderful experience. I've loved it. I've actually worked with Marriott for over 25 years, a little company I think you guys might know. And I've learned a lot. I've met a lot of amazing people and had a lot of amazing experiences. But one of the things that I want you guys to know throughout that time and throughout that experience, there have been some ups, some downs, some hardships. So I think my brand closely relates to my life story. And that's kind of how we came here. And it's important for me to tell you that story so that you know why 6 Months to Life Freedom Club or group was established. I think one of the best ways to start this story is when I came up as a youth, there was a lot of things, let's just say, going on in the hood, as you might say, that weren't conducive to the growth of a lot of young youth and males. And luckily, I was able to find my way through Marriott Hotels, through the JW Marriott Foundation. and had the honor of meeting Mr. Marriott and traveling the world and being able to just meet some amazing people. But with that said, there was some hardships along the way. So I found myself on a barge traveling down the Potomac River when I was working for Marriott. And I looked in the sky and I saw that the sky was getting darker and darker and darker and darker. And I looked to one of my best friends and I said, now when did when did the Pentagon, living in the Washington, D.C. area, when did the Pentagon build a factory? And my friend said they didn't build a damn factory at the Pentagon. And we're sitting on this barge celebrating sales with Marriott on our way to George Washington's home. And what we found was, as we were looking up at the sky, what we were looking at was a plane had hit the Pentagon, and we were looking at 9/11. And when I put my foot back on solid ground, I was not in the same world that I was in after that. Income went down by over 50%. Ended up having to move to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to continue to support my living standards. And with that being said, there were some hardships along the way. Even though I enjoyed life in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the beach is lovely, great lifestyle. There were some things that were happening along the way that I couldn't control. I lost an aunt. I lost another aunt. Then I lost another aunt. Then I lost a cousin. Then I lost another cousin very dear to me, and recently lost a grandmother. And it started to kind of chip away at me to the point that I really almost felt like, what was life even worth living? And throughout that time, I was developing this concept. And just recently, with the passing of my grandmother, I felt like enough was enough. And if you feel like the way I feel right now, you'll understand why my brand and why what I'm about to show you closely relate. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of you that feel like, is that all there is to life? We work, we go away, we spend what little time we can with our families, we spend what little time we can with our children, and then we look up and we say, well, where did all the time go? I should have done this. I wish I'd have done that. I wish I'd have reached out. I wish I'd have had more time. And that concept started to develop within my mindset, and then also started to develop within my business mindset. Can there be a humanitarian-based company or organization that's strictly built to help people free up their time, their money, and their lifestyle for whatever it is they want to do, and whatever dreams it is they have, and whatever they want to do with their family? And so as we start to develop this concept, we realize it can be done, but what we didn't realize was that it couldn't have been done maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago when we first developed it, but we realize now is the time. So I will introduce to you very shortly 6 Months to Life Freedom Club and our 6 Months to Life Freedom Plan, okay? And so once again, please enjoy our content regardless of whether you like what you see. But I think it's a little bit of time. I think we're going to take some time now to go in a little bit more about what the 6 Months to Life for Freedom group is all about. So basically, you guys want to know, what's our mission and what do we do? So our mission is, we're basically founded as an organization, a humanitarian-based organization, so that anyone, and I want you to listen to me very carefully because I mean everything I say, anyone that for a one-time fee of $35 that wants to free up their family's lifestyle, have a lifestyle that they can enjoy, spend more time with their family, free up their income, anyone for a one-time payment of $35, okay, can achieve that in their life, okay? And most people say, well, how are we going to do it? It absolutely sounds crazy. It sounded crazy, 20 years ago. The iPhone sounded crazy, right? But because of the world that we're in today, and I'll explain that to you in our New Money segment, there are a lot of things that are possible today that just simply weren't possible years ago. So we want you to understand that, yes, it is possible. We're going to show you how to do it. And our mission and our goal is a humanitarian goal. I tell you people all the time that my son has $35 in his bank account. This is not about money. This is about, can you follow a system that's going to allow you to invest your way to prosperity? If you cannot follow that system, you won't be successful. If you can follow that system, you will. It's just that simple. So our goal is to have income freedom, income justice, income equality, and a great lifestyle for all those who want it. And what we say is that we have done everything here by design, okay, so that you can enjoy the lifestyle that you want. And we also know what it is you want, right? And so that's crazy, right? So what we do, okay, and what we do is we're basically an investment club, okay? But we're very unique from any investment club you've ever seen. So we've all heard about investment clubs. A bunch of people get together, they make a decision about a stock, everybody purchases that stock, right? And they've made that decision together. Well, our investment club does something very unique. So we talk about businesses, we talk about opportunity, but we invest and we study two things. We study people and we study investment opportunities, okay? And we are what's called the world's first non-discriminate investment club. So what does that mean, right? Non-discriminate, it sounds kind of like some fancy stuff, right? But non-discriminate means that most of us look at investments in terms of two assets: real estate and stock. So if someone says, oh, I have an investment, it's in real estate or stock. But if you scroll down our page, and one of the things that I love about what we do here at 6 Months to Life Freedom Club, we don't just say anything. Any of the philosophies that I'm talking about, any of the information that I'm divulging to you, you can always scroll down our page and you can actually look and find that material based within a lot of the information that I'm telling you. So if you scroll down our page, you look that there's some information on equity investing. And what we mean by that is non-discriminate investments means that you should invest in anything that will make, save, or benefit you and your family. Okay? So we tell people, whether you're a group, an organization, a person, an individual, as long as you're official, you're licensed, you're LLC, and you have a record of doing good business, we will do business with you if we see there's a benefit for our members. Okay, so what we basically do is we basically show you and guide you toward these investments, and we have a plan that shows you step by step how to build your income and your wealth month after month with our perfect side hustle, or what we call our incredible side hustle. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that and how we can do that for you, right? So we want you to know what we do is we basically help people invest in any entity that will help them make, save, or create additional income and a lifestyle for their family. And so what we're saying is, in a nutshell, a lot of the power belongs to the corporate entities in terms of the way you spend your dollar. It's time to think about, should some of that dollar go toward you? You got it, right? Okay, so basically we want to talk a little bit about new money. All right, new money. What is new money, right? I think we all see it transacting around us in so many different ways. Banks are doing business in different ways. Companies are doing business in different ways. And we've all thought about home-based businesses, right? And a lot of home-based businesses are doing business in different ways, right? And what's happening is that the way commerce worked 10 years ago or 5 years ago or even 20 years ago is different from the way it is today, right? So, 40 years ago, the only way to exchange currency is you walked in a brick and mortar place, handed them $1, and that went directly to the company. Now, right, we have so many different ways of being able to do that. And those are basically systems for people to be able to make money, right? So what we want you to know is that those systems are now available to you, right? So we thought about new money. We may have all thought about a home-based opportunity or a business or being able to make additional income. But what does new money mean for me, and how does it apply to me in my life, right? So what we want to be able to do is apply the new money concepts of today to you. So look, guys, there's millions of dollars being spent on millions of products, and how can some of that dollar revolt back to you and your family? So we want to show you that if you invest the right ways, that a lot of the assets that are available to you today that weren't available to you yesterday can make you some of that new money. So we want to show you systems and ways to be able to think of money in a different way, right? And get it working for you in today's available society in ways that it couldn't do yesterday. We all thought about it. We've all thought about it being able to apply it to our lives, but we've never thought, are there the proper investments out there for me to be able to make? So if you're here, you basically are invited here because a friend invited you to take a look at this video, all right? Or someone called you up and said, hey, I got a bud that I want you to introduce him to you. We're making some good money together, okay? Or we're doing something lucrative together. So the way that will simply work is that by simply inviting people to take a look at this, they'll be able to learn a little bit about those new money concepts. So what we're basically saying here is that there are 5 keys to how we ask our customers to invest. So what we did is we looked into a lot of different entities, including the home-based business arena, and how you want to invest. So here, guys, you're invited to what's called a PFR, all right? And a PFR is a personal fundraiser. So how does the whole system, kind of the ecosystem here with us kind of work? A personal fundraiser. Well, guys, guess what? When you walk out and you, to give you an example here, when you walk out, let's say if you're school or your shopping mall, you see a young girl there and she has some donuts in her hand, right? And she's selling those donuts and she's trying to help her school or her organization or her group, right? Okay. So with that said, you take out $1 or $5 or whatever the young lady's charging, and you give her that money, right? And who did that help? Well, that helped 3 people, right? That helped the company that's selling the donuts. That helped you because you got the product, right? And it also helped the young lady because she obviously was able to go on her field trip or whatever they're trying to do with the kids, right? So that's really how our system works. Our system works basically by inviting you to a personal fundraiser, and you're basically helping in a way kind of crowdfund someone else's dreams, someone else's hopes, but it helps them, right? It helps you, right? And it also helps the company or entity that we're involved with. So it creates an ecosystem where people are crowdfunding each other's efforts instead of giving that money to Ciroc or giving that money to Taco Bell or giving that money. We're basically taking a little bit of that income that we make over our lifetime, and we're saying we're going to do this one-time transaction to help crowdfund each other's efforts, each other's goals, each other's dreams. I know a lot of people see my messages when I post them, and you see Martin Luther King there, right? And people say, well, man, what did Martin Luther King have to do with investing and all of that? And what it is I've learned this in life, and this is why I found this on a humanitarian platform, and we look for companies and organizations to work with that also found themselves on a humanitarian platform, because if you do the right thing at all the right times, we learned that all the right things will happen. And the reality is we're out to do the right thing. We believe in what we're doing. And if you believe what we believe, is that it's time to stop giving every single dollar to corporate entities that you have no ownership in and start helping others achieve the goals that they want to achieve, your goals will automatically happen. And we believe that. But if you're approaching this from a greed standpoint or I'm a lazy son of a gun standpoint, this is not for you. Okay, so with that being said, I want you to understand how we invest, how we evaluate whether it's something is a good investment. And keep in mind, we're non-discriminate. It could be you own an ice cream shop. It could be that you are working with stocks. It could be anything that's a licensed organization that we would like to work with that could benefit our people. Okay, so the keys that we look for that we've learned, and our one key investor we really study. So remember, we study people and companies, right? Or business opportunities or investment. So Warren Buffett is someone we really looked at. So a lot of our philosophy was based upon looking at a lot of the things Warren did, okay? So we're going to introduce you very shortly here to our Money Magic segment. We're going to show you how to convert that 35 to a lifetime of income. But what we want you to understand is that one of the things that Warren Buffett teaches that we think that is very, very important is that the keys to how you invest is very important. So one key thing we look for is we look for ownership. We're looking for passionate ownership from a CEO who is a leader, okay, and who's guiding the ship the proper way. So we're looking for that integrity, okay? And then we mix that in with what we call our secret sauce. We never ask this of a CEO. We look and research this to see, are they passionate? Do they have the passion of an Elon Musk about what it is they're doing? Is their face out representing the brand? So that's number one. 2, we're looking to see do they have a revolutionary product, a product that you will take to, and are the numbers showing that they have a revolutionary product in place, okay? And 3rd, we're looking for, is it easy to understand? Look, no one wants to spend their time trying to learn a different formula to the latest and greatest pill or whatever. If you love that, great. absolutely do that. But what we're saying is people are busy. They have a lot going on. They need something that they can understand and that is to the point. And that's what things we're looking for, because we don't want to have our people mixed up in a lot of mumbo jumbo. Okay. And then third, we're looking for equity. Okay. Is there a large segment of the crowd that does not have the product, so that there's some equity being built in the marketplace? I tell a funny story about that when we talk about investments. About, I'd say maybe 15 years ago, there was this amazing product being offered. And it was a stock investment opportunity. I skipped out on that investment opportunity because I had a lot of things going on and I was distracted. Right? Something I'm going to try to prevent from you guys from happening. I was distracted, so I didn't take advantage of it. I was going to put about 10 grand out of into it, take a little bit of money from other places, right? That was Apple. It was $83 a share. It was iPhone. I still get sick when I tell the story to this day, right? So we don't want to miss out on those opportunities. So the key thing is we just want to make sure that you're investing in our 5 keys to investing allow you to do that. But once again, we want to make sure that equity is there, okay? And mainly the 5th key is, are they building relationships? Right? Relationships tell us a little bit. If they're signing contracts, they're building relationships, other licensed entities are joining on board to their firm, then there's something that may be there. So we kind of use that instead of having to have a bunch of lawyers. We're able to kind of get a feel for, is this company that's on the move? Okay. So with those 5 key strategies in place, we're allowed to be able to make long-term strategy moves and short-term strategy moves. And some of this has come from some of the world's key financial leaders. So we're able to really get a feel whether you should be involved with a specific opportunity by reading those indicators. And we also want you guys to be able to have a feel for what is it we mainly invest in. And this is the part where I get excited, because I think this is the part you're going to get excited. Travel and entertainment, right? Tell me a person on this earth that doesn't want travel and entertainment, right? And why travel and entertainment? Why? Because I'm a why guy. I got to know why before I do something. If you guys are the same way, that's kind of the way I am. This is why we chose travel and entertainment. People want to do it, and it's easy to understand. Does that make sense? Okay? Because people, when we looked and we started to research, okay, what is it that people really want out of daily life, right? They want to be able to spend more time with their what? Family, right? They want to be able to have income, right? So that they can go on that vacation and not worry. And they want to be able to have a nice quality of entertainment along the way, right? So we basically invest in quality travel and entertainment products that allow our investors to make money, okay? Now, with that said, okay, there's a certain key elements that have to be in place. So we have to make a recommendation as to what we believe those entities are. Now, we believe that a lot of people are not investing properly in the world today. So we want to make it so that you can learn to invest, make money, watch your money grow. And I think you're going to love this part. Your travel and entertainment is going to pay for your investment. So whether you want to buy the next Tesla stock, it's going to be paid for by your travel and entertainment company. Whether you want to, get in on the next Nike stock, it's all going to be paid for, cheers up, by your travel and entertainment company. And you're going to be able to get in and have the potential to make as much income as you want to make. Remember, we're founded on a humanitarian basis. The iPhone was something that we didn't think could happen, but to now is the time. So I'm going to introduce that to you very shortly here at our Money Magic segment. But with that being said, we have to get into why and how you're going to be successful at what we do should you decide to take on our platform. Okay, so that's very important. So there are 3 areas in here we notice that people are unsuccessful when they're trying to get involved in a business or an opportunity. Now, with that said, you guys are going to think I'm crazy as I go through this video, because I'm going to tell you why I don't want you getting involved with a home-based business. Right? You're probably ready to wring my neck. What you talking about, man? We sitting here, we talking to business, right? I met a lady by the name of Angela Carter. And Angela Carter, in many ways, changed my life. And I can't say I met her. I've actually started following her online. In fact, she'll actually be one of the people teaching you guys. We hope we're still going to be negotiating that with her to show you guys how to be successful if you want to have a business. Okay?
So what Angela taught me was something that was very unique. And she said, look, if I was going to sell a cake, would I sell that cake on ESPN? And you're thinking like, no, you absolutely wouldn't, right? You would sell that cake, right, on the cooking channel, right? She says, so why do people bug people about a home-based business opportunity when that person pays a fee, get involved with the opportunity, pays a monthly subscription, right? And then they wake up the next month, right? And find out that they didn't get any people into their business. They got kids, they got families, they got obligations, they got a million things going on, and they didn't even want a business, right? Does that story sound familiar to a lot of people? So that's what we generally do. We're generally having someone chasing a dream that is not generally our own, right? So what we've worked with was a unique company that we'll tell you a little bit about here that will basically say, you don't have to have a business. You can just make an investment and watch that investment grow, and we'll give you the benefits of that investment, right? And for those of you that want to run it like a business, you can. But for those of you just simply want to make an investment that your income can grow month by month by month, we'll show you a fun, easy, unique way to do that. And you can enjoy travel, free travel if you want, and income for the rest of your life, right? So I know you're excited to hear about the company. I know you're like, right, I got you. It's kind of sitting at the edge of your seat. I'm not going to tell you about it right now because I need you to understand a few things that I think you're going to find exciting before we even go in and tell you about our company that we call our incredible, in fact, business hack, all right? Our incredible business opportunity. So what we want to do is show you three things before we get deep into that, okay? One, we've properly identified three reasons why people are unsuccessful in either an investment practice, right? Or either in a business, right? So one of the three things is leads, right? How to invite someone. So we want you to know that don't worry about that. If you come in and get involved with us, we're going to show you in a very simple way how we take care of everything for you, okay? So you don't have to worry about stressing about that. You'll receive a text from us. You'll simply be able to call up a friend or a loved one or a business associate, or send a loved one or people in your Facebook group directly to this video. So we have all that handled for you in terms of inviting people to our group, okay? Growth. We're going to talk a little bit about growth here today because that's probably going to be the key to whether you're going to be able to do this or not, right? That's going to be the key, growth, right? How do I grow and I scale? And I think that's probably one of the biggest issues that a lot of people have, right? So what we've done is something ultra unique, and we think you're going to love it. So with growth, what we basically have done is we're basically going to have you guys get a little card like this one. You're going to get a link from the person that signed up with you, right? It's called a stash card. A lot of people might know about stash, but what stash does is it allows for everyday individuals to be able to buy stock, right? So an example, Amazon stock, right, could range anywhere from $800 to $1,500, right? Most average people could not afford to be able to purchase that stock. But Stash allows you to buy in small shares. So you can buy $5 or $10 or $11 or whatever your family could afford, right? So with that, we show you how to open up a Stash account. And why am I showing you how to open up that Stash? Why am I showing you to open up that Stash account once you start making money with us? Well, what we notice is that most people mix their family household income, right, with their business opportunity income. And as sure as that day is, once you take the family over to the great old Good American Steakhouse over there and spend your business income, you're not going to have any to invest in the future. So we call that the McDonald's theory, right? So you own a McDonald's, right? You made $150,000. You had just opened it up. You made $150,000, had a wonderful month, but you went out and bought a car and a new house, right? And so now you basically have nothing left when it's time to go buy French fries and buy milkshakes and all the things that it costs to run your operation. So we want to show you solid business principle, right? So if you own a McDonald's and you spend all the money, there's no way you're going to be able to keep that operation running. So it's important to get a stash card. Now, what I want you to do with that stash card is I want you to do the 50-50 or the $100 breakdown theory, right? So what happens is when you get that stash card, some amazing things going to happen. First thing is they're going to give you $20 on the account. right? So if you got involved with us, right, and you put $5 on the stash card, you got involved with us, right? You paid $35 plus the $5 to stash to set up your account, right? And then they gave you 20 back. How much did you get started? How much did you pay to get started with 6 months of Life Freedom Club? $20, right? For those of you that are slow with the math, right? Okay, so you really have nothing to lose at that point, right? Because you're getting $20 back from stash, but then it's also going to help you grow. So this one's called the $100 breakdown, and I want you to operate on this principle, okay? And if anybody's going to break out a pen, this is the time to do it. But I want you to operate on this principle once you get paid, okay? Let's say it costs you $10 to get involved with us, right? And then the next month, right? The very next month, it's time to upgrade, to actually start to buy French fries, to continue to leverage your business, right? So you spent $10, right? But then you ended up, right, with $40, let's say $40 back or $100 back, right? You got $100 back, right? Let's say it's $60 the next month to run your business. $60, right, should go on your stash bank account, right? You're going to start a stash bank account. They're going to give you 2 accounts, right? That's got your Visa card, your debit card, right? So that now you, as a business, you can go out and you can make purchases. You can run your company. You can run your entity. You can run your investment, right? Or whatever it is you want to do with us, right? And then secondly, you'll be receiving profits, right? Now, let me ask you a question for those that are know a little money one-on-one. Is my profits better off sitting in my personal bank account, or is my profits better off growing in an asset-driven account, right? So now you can go in with your profits and buy incremental shares of stocks, shares of companies, right? Off of the profits that you're making with being involved with us, right? So we'll tell you a little bit about that with the incredible business hack, right? Or with what we call the perfect side hustle, the perfect opportunity. So with that being said, you basically have that system in place for your growth. And we want you to do something very interesting. You'll stroll down our page a little bit, and you'll even see the Stash podcast, right? So as you stroll down that page and you see that Stash podcast, I want you guys to get outside. I know it sounds crazy, but CEOs are people that are strong-minded business people that are on this cast tonight. They know this. They work out. They want to keep their mind and their body strong. So I want you to get outside. I don't care if it's once a week. I don't care if it's twice a week, right? I won't care if it's once a month. Get outside, put some earplugs in, and listen to that money podcast. And guess what? Lo and behold, when you walk back in that house, you're going to be physically stronger, and you're going to be financially more sound and mentally stronger, right? Because we're about showing you the right thing to do and speaking truth to the matter, okay? So with that being said, you get outside, and Brandon Key, who started this company, Stash, he said, I founded it on a humanitarian platform. Just like every other opportunity we'll be involved with, he founded it because he said the average person just simply couldn't invest in stocks, right? Let's talk about new money. He said, well, when he established Stash, the technology didn't even exist 4 or 5 years ago to even start the company, right? So when we talk about new money, money is exchanging in so many ways where it's making everything that wasn't accessible to us, whether it be businesses or opportunities or just simply apps like Stash, available to us today. And we need to know what's the best way to take advantage of it. Okay. So with that being said, we're growing, right? And we're established on a humanitarian platform. And then we have a system, right? A system. And what is our system? It's the 6 months life freedom plan, right? So when you see that little symbol that says SMLF, 6 months life freedom plan, that's what we're talking about. And basically, if you decide to come on board with us, what's going to happen is you're going to receive your very own business plan. It's going to tell you exactly what to invest in within our entities every single month. And it's going to lead you to a level of growth that you will never imagine. Our system is meant to reward you as you go through the levels and become a member. So the freedom plan, okay, what it does is it shows you every single month what you should be investing in, what you should be taking advantage of, what you should be upgrading to, in order to be able to produce the income that we're talking about, okay? So you could make money that's well beyond your imagination, and we'll show you that. We do have a sister video to this, which is the 6 months life freedom plan video. So for all of you that join on with us, we'll encourage you to go over there and see that video, and you'll also receive that plan along with a training, along with a 10-minute call from your sponsor. Okay, so we'll go over that with you. We'll find out exactly what your monthly bills are. Maybe it's $3,000, it's $4,000, maybe it's $1,000, $1,200, right? We'll find out exactly what your monthly bills are, and we're going to show you how in 3 to 6 months we're going to cover those bills, and we're going to show you something called the incredible job hack. This excites me. I'm going to show you why you're going to stay at your job, right? So once again, we're not here to spill a bunch of guru stuff, and you see me kind of got a smile on my face because you're probably thinking, what the hell is he smoking, right? I'm doing this to leave my job, right? But I'm going to tell you why. We're going to show you why it's important to stay at your job, and you're going to love every single minute of it, right? Okay, so that's going to be a fun part. We got to have some fun with this thing, man. Y'all loosen up. All right, so with that said, we have the system. We have the system that basically produces income for you. And then with that income, you're going to use your profits. So everything we're going to talk from this point on is house money. We're going to use house money from that one-time $35 investment, which was actually a $20 investment if y'all been listening to me, right? And we're going to show you how to convert that to profit month by month by month with our 6 months to life freedom plan. And along the way, you're going to be taking some of that profit and you're going to be buying stock. You're going to be taking some of that profit and you're going to go stroll down that page and you're going to see a Lisa Barnes down there showing you how you can invest in stock. And you're going to say, hey, I got the money. I'm going to buy her product too. And I'm going to learn even more about investing, right? So we're going to have everything on this platform that you need for the growth that you want to have. And every single week and every single day we have a theme, and every single day we'll go through those themes and helping you building and helping you growing. And you'll look forward to the podcast. You'll look forward to Magic Money Mondays. You'll look forward to the Tuesday motivation. You'll look forward to those things because we'll bring that regardless of whether you get involved in 6 months to life freedom plan, we're committed to bringing that content to you, and we're committed to your growth. Okay. With that being said, I just want to go over. Before we get into 6 months life freedom plan, we're really just going to focus on this fat stuff in here and this fat stuff in here. But before we get into that, okay, I want to tell you a little bit about our investment philosophy, why we're here and how we're here to help you, and what are some of really our mottos. What are we really all about? What's the core of us? So with that being said, we just want you to know the first thing that happens is when you get involved with our 6 months to life freedom plan. Okay, if you get involved with that plan, you're not going to be, let's just say, initially invited into this. This is something that has to be earned, baby, because we're putting down some serious stuff here. So what I mean by that is when you first get in, the first 30 days is seed money. Okay, all right. So this plan asks two things of you. Okay, it asks for $35 and it asks for 2 people to be able to come in with you. All right, to crowdfund and help support you in your effort. Okay, you're basically helping each other. Remember that little girl that walked out? You walked out, you saw the donuts, she got the donuts. It helped the company, it helped you, it helped them. So basically, you all have dreams. We all have goals. We're all saying, let's stop giving all of our money to the corporate entities. Let's stop giving all our money where only 5% of those guys are really getting paid. And I'm going to show you something about the ownership class tonight and about the consumer class that's going to blow your mind. And if that doesn't change you, okay, nothing will. But instead of giving all our money to them, we're going to help each other. I'm going to take $35, brother, and I'm going to place it toward your platform, toward your family, toward your goals. Is it going to help my family? Are we going to be able to travel too? Oh yeah, here go my 35 right now. Okay, so that's how this thing goes down, right? So if you, we all know scared money don't make money. So if you're sitting on $35, then we don't want you anyway, Playboy. You need to go and do whatever it is you do because you're definitely not built for this. Okay, so with that being said, I want you to show you exactly how we're going to do that, right? But with that being said, let's go into a little bit about what we're about so you know how we play this game. What's our motto? Minimum risk, maximum reward. So that $35, guys, could turn into well over $24,000 to $96,000 in 1 month. 6 months from now. And I'm not playing around. Stay on the cutting edge, okay? So as you go along, okay, all right, when you go through our growth months, right, seed money, first 30 days, you show you can get some seed money, you can bring in, you can show two people how to take advantage of an opportunity like this, right, and produce that seed money for yourself. Once you've done that, you're actually into our club. And those months from 1 through 5 are your growth months, where you're growing, you're building your money, you're building your entity. And then month 5 through 8 is where you want to be. The whole goal of everything we're doing is you want to break into that freedom club. You want to invest every single month in the entities we tell you and follow that 6 months to life freedom plan until you break into that freedom club. Because when you break into that freedom club, you are going to be breaking into one of the most exclusive investment clubs I can guarantee you in this country. You think I'm playing around? The Z Black card. This card will crowdfund any luxury car that you want. And it will also trade Forex for you. Okay? So how would you like to have a card like this in your pocket that trades Forex for you, that gives you travel, that gives you entertainment? And in 6 or 4 or 5 months, once it starts to accumulate points, okay, you will be able to walk into a luxury dealership and walk out with whatever car you want, whatever Bentley or whatever it is you're going to buy, right? But that card is going to crowdfund and do Forex for you, but it ain't cheap to own. You got to pay monthly to own it, right? So if I'm producing profits for you, you're not worried about having it in your pocket, are you? And it's giving you all those benefits, and it's going to pay for the car of your choice. Okay, and it's going to come with the incredible car hack, right? And I'll tell you about that right now. If I have that car, I'm going to show you how to go in there, buy that Mercedes, right, that you love so much. And since it's a depreciating asset, you ain't going to make any money off of it. I'm going to show you how you're going to make money off of it. So when you're not driving it, right, it's actually making money for you. Okay, so those are the type of things that we're going to have you thinking, because you're going to now start to think of the ownership class. No longer are you going to think as a consumer class person. We're going to start thinking like ownership class people. Okay, so that's what I'm here to help you do and achieve. All right, so we're going to stay cutting edge. A lot of you that have followed my website probably know that I'm involved with a company called One Rock Vodka Club, right? So a lady said something interesting. I posted the other day that if you'd have spent that Jay-Z got involved with Uber at 2013, right? And I posted that and was telling people if you'd have put up $2,000, right, you could have gotten back $70,000 off of that investment, right? And the lady posted something interesting. Said, hey, well, I probably couldn't have gotten involved with that investment. I probably couldn't have gotten involved with companies like that. I thought it was a very valid point. Well, we're in a different time now, and I want you to know that you now can make those investments in companies like that. You can invest up to 10% of your yearly income in FCC regulated companies. You guys have probably seen them if you scroll down my website, right? You probably have hit that button to find out a little bit more about that, right? And I've given those to you guys as a gift, but I'm not giving out some other secrets that I do have until you reach that Freedom Club status. Once you reach that Freedom Club status, right? Now, I've already given you a gift like One Rock Vodka. Right? One Rock Vodka is cutting edge, right? It has an app just like this one, right? And that will get you in some of the most exclusive events in the world with entertainers and superstars, right? That will allow you to send those bottles around the world to people that you love. It will allow you to do things and be in circles that you otherwise wouldn't have been. It's a cutting edge product. And as an owner with that company, before those things hit shelves, before that company IPOs, before it becomes the next Ciroc, you would have bought in at 37 cents a share. Sop up as many as you can, but you need equity to play the game. And we're going to show you how to get the equity so you can play the game. Now, with that being said, once again, we're going to stay cutting edge, and we want you to reinvest in the entities we tell you to with your profits, with the house money, right? So if I'm buying into a entity such as One Rock Vodka, right, then I'm using my house money to do that, right? If I'm buying stocks, I'm using house money to do that, month by month by month. Our 6 month life freedom plan shows you how to do that. Now, at month 5, you're in the Freedom Club, and you're going to have access to exclusive investments. The first thing you're going to notice is that you get a special invitation from me in the mail, and it is truly special. It has your invitation to your Z Black card. It also has a special in there that allows you to invest with a investment club that is one of the most exclusive anywhere in the world. Let's just say these are people that you wouldn't have had access to, and they are some of the most exclusive investors in the world. You're going to get access to their club. Okay, so we're going to give you access to that. So once you come in at month 5, every month is themed out after that. We also get you set up, okay, as, and this is based on what Warren Buffett told us, we also send you a packet that has all your LLC, all of your tax stuff, all of the how to establish your corporate entity, the lawyer you should work with, the how to get your taxes, your tax preparer in order, right? Because at that point you'll be making so much money, you'll be wanting things to run through a company. Does that make sense? That's also going to give you more exclusive tax breaks, right? So we have all of that set up for you once you come into the Freedom Club. So now you're able to run as an entity and an operation. And as you go through every single month, we're going to give you exclusive benefits like Rofex, right? So Rofex is a company where we've all heard about being on the Forex market and making money on the Forex market. In fact, it's one of the most lucrative trading markets in the world. Well, guess what? Our people don't have to learn it. We have a system and a computer through Rofex that does it all for you with AI technology. You just put your money up on a contract, it's guaranteed, and you get your money back. Right? Or you start making money month after month after month. That's including all the money that you're probably making on the Forex Club with your Z Black card. So all of these different levels of entities are going to have you what's called steeped in investments. And our goal is to be able to have you use profits and house money to have those investments, okay? And to be able to build on those investments. So with that said, we're really kind of winding down here. I'm going to go into our Money Magic segment, okay? We're going to stay cutting edge. That's our motto. That's our mission. And we also want to give back. So we'll be having a charitable foundation. We're going to make it really fun. So we'll announce that maybe a year from now. But anytime you get any profits, if you put up $5, that'll go toward helping the homeless situation. That's why you see a lot of the Martin Luther King videos and stuff. We're going to try to help with homelessness, and we're going to try to send kids to school. So for anybody who puts $5 into our charitable foundation, they'll basically receive a special ticket. And the more $5 donations you make, you'll receive a special entry, and that'll go into special giveaways that we'll do every 6 months, and that'll be everything from like Super Bowl tickets all the way up to who knows, we'll do all types of wonderful things, iPods, things that, iPads, things of that nature. So that's going to be something we want to give back. We want to make a difference. So that's going to be an important part to what we do, is that we all collaborative as a team, we're able to make a difference with these resources. Okay. And then our goal, okay, is once again is to have you in that Freedom Club. That's where you're going to get access to some of the most exclusive business plans in the world. And then you're also going to be able to participate in our equity group. So we're going to be launching in the world of music. We're going to be launching in a variation of different entities. How would you like to have voting rights in that company, right? So those of you that get through month 8, you're going to be in our exclusive club where we're going to be involved in the different things that we're going to do, the different companies that we're going to have private and exclusive equity in. So it's important that you come through and show us your game so that we can sit at the board table with the big dogs at the end. And it's not that hard to do. You'll have fun. You'll be traveling the world. You just have to lighten up and understand that there's new money out here, and throw away all your old misconceptions about money and learn this new money. Play this new money game and get in and feel where you fit in and do that. Now, with that being said, Money Magic time. Let's go into 6 months Life Freedom Plan. I know it took us a while to get here, but I think it was important to lay the foundation, to lay the seeds so that you guys know exactly where this all came from. Now, when you get involved with us at 6 months Life Freedom Club, we have what we believe is the perfect side hustle. We believe it is the best side. So we analyze a lot of different companies. We analyze a lot of different home-based businesses, right? And we were kind of lukewarm on a few when we first started 6 months to Life Freedom Group, or it was called the Ballot Group. I'd say probably about 9 or 10 years ago. We saw a company by the name of World Ventures. Awesome travel company. Awesome. You probably heard about them by now, because we were actually one of the first people to find them back in 2005. A friend of mine is involved with a wonderful, wonderful company, Total Life Changes, which we evaluated back in those days. We thought it was a phenomenal company. And those companies end up becoming wonderful, top-notch companies, creating millionaires around the world. We have an opportunity that we believe can be even better. And the numbers are showing it. So this is a company we believe is the perfect side hustle. Why do we believe it's the perfect side hustle? Because you don't have to spend all day driving Uber with people dumping in your car. You can go out and you can travel the world and do the things that you want to do with your family. You can stay at the Marriott. You can stay at the Hilton. You can stay at the W. You can do all the things that you want to do, but do them cheaper and do them better. Okay, so who is our perfect side hustle and what's our company and what is our money magic segment all about? We basically are introducing you to a company that we believe is the perfect side hustle to create income for you, and then you can reinvest that income into some other things that you want to do. So that company is called Appy Travels, okay? And that's APPI, Appy Travels. And they're located out of Canada. They're an official LLC licensed company operating on most all territories around the world, including Africa. And the best part about Appy Travels is they're a tax-paying entity, and the numbers are exploding through the roof. So their platform has been ratified by the numbers. But what Appy Travel does is they give you two things. And I want you to listen very careful to me. They give you two things. They give you travel points, dollar for dollar points, just like if you go to a Marriott hotel, you get Marriott points, right? But with Appy, you get travel points, 250 travel points generally per transaction with them. So those travel points you can use for dollar points to travel the world at a discount, or if you got enough of them, use them for free. You got 250 travel points, you got $250 to travel. You got 500 travel points, you got $500 to travel with. Okay, and they also give you education. So whenever you take on any product that they have, you'll get travel points and you'll always get some educational products. That could be on Forex trading. That could be on being a better Facebook marketer. That could be on being the best traveler you can be. So they always give you some form of interesting training course. And it's just like when you bought those donuts from the young lady. You might take them home and eat them. You might not, right? But you always have those travel points available to you, and you'll always be able to travel the world with those travel points. They never expire, right? So you always get that with Appy Travel. Now, a little bit about Appy Travels. Once again, they're located out of Canada. They've actually basically has been in business since over 2013. They're a licensed citizen. They have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. So they really have some great entities in place. But what I love most about Appy Travel, and I've worked for this little company you all know by the name of Marriott, right? And I'd say probably about maybe 100 times a year, I get hit up, okay, for we all know the world-renowned Marriott friends and family rate, right? And so I know people want travel, and I know they're always traveling, okay? So what if you had your own little Marriott employee rate discount portal, right, that you could go into and receive some of the next to best rates in the industry? And our rates are what are not called rate parity rates. So you guys probably didn't know this, but Expedia and all of those companies out there, they all have to have the same rates. It's a law called rate parity. The only companies that don't have to agree to rate parity and have cheaper rates, right, are people that are part of clubs. So if anybody's ever owned a timeshare, they know of Interval or any of these particular clubs, right? So if you own a private membership in a private club, right, like a hotelsetcetera.com, then the rates are a lot cheaper, right, than what you would get out in the rest of the world, right? So what rate parity does is, or what our private club does, is allow you to get rates even below the cheapest rates you can find online at Expedia and all of the so-called wholesale sites, because you belong to a private club. So that $35 that you'll spend with us, you want me to justify you some value? If I told you to pay the $35 and take one vacation and save $250 on that one vacation, I would be ratified to stop right there and tell you that I gave you value and drop the mic. But with that being said, this company is going to allow you to not only have a portal like that you can travel to, so you're not hitting me up for the friends and family rate all the time, you can actually make money with it. So you got free money back there that you can use because you're getting 250 travel points per transaction. Appy Travels, okay? Now, the numbers behind Appy Travel, that's what get me excited. I don't care about it. Travel's good, but show me some numbers, baby. So Appy Travels, okay, has since 2013, you see I'm moving around because these boys making some money. So Appy Travel since 2013 has paid out over $30 million around the world, far exceeding and pacing World Ventures, a company that has now grown to one of the largest travel companies in the world. Appy Travels pays out over $750,000 around the world to its members per week. And with that being said, Appy Travels allows people to go to all the same hotels you love, the Ritz-Carltons, the Marriotts, the Hiltons, all of the different brands around the world, over 1 million brands around the world that you can travel to. So with that being said, you're basically being able to make money and have access to all the world's greatest hotels and everything else in between. All right. So with that being said, we want to show you how to use Appy Travels to be able to make an income, to be able to invest more, to be able to free up your lifestyle. You notice there's a lion head on our logo. And the reason for that lion head is because everything we've done is by design. And lions are the hunters. They're never hunted. Lisa Barn, our personal stock coach here, she always loves to say that she has a great saying that lions never show gazelles their secrets. So we're going to tell you why you want to now be a lion. You now want to be the hunter and not the hunted. So with that said, how do I get paid, man? Show me how I get paid. When you come into Appy Travels, right, the first thing I want to let you know is that there's 4 seasons. There's a winter, there's a spring, there's a summer, and there's a fall. What if your only life and what if your only livelihood was to show 2 people how to be successful every winter, 2 people every summer, 2 people every spring, 2 people every fall? That's our work calendar. So you brought in your cousin and your uncle because you care about them. You want them to be able to invest more. You want to be able to have some income to travel with those 2. You're going to help those 2 be successful. Spring came around, helped out a friend and helped out a lady at work you knew needed some money. She really hard down on her luck. You knew this would help her out. Maybe you paid the $35 as long as she had 2 people. Right? Summer came around, ran into a cool guy at the bar. Another cousin referred another person to you. Right? So that could be your life. You're more aggressive with it. Maybe you want to go 4 in the summer, 4 in the winter, 4 in the summer, 4 in the spring, 4 in the fall. Right? So that's kind of our work calendar. If that's kind of how you can do business, and hey, we think we freed up your time. Everybody's busy. They have a family. They have livelihood. They got things going on. Not everybody knows they want a business, right? So with Appy Travels, what they did is they set up a investment platform for people to be able to travel. It's very unique. They're called Appy Travel Funds. Almost sounds like a Optimizer fund or a right, or the technology fund, right? So they set them up as investment funds, okay, for me and you. So here's the deal, right? Here's the deal, guys. When you come into Appy Travels, they're going to give you what's called a profit center, okay? And your profit center is going to look just like this in your back office. And that profit center can only hold 6 people, okay? So that's you right there inside your profit center. And those are the 2 people that you invited. There was your cousin, right? And there was your uncle, right? Those are some people that you really care about, or through our 6 months to life freedom plan, we were able to get those people to take a look at the presentation. They decided to come in. Well, what Appy Travels does is they just simply, it's a direct sale to sale transaction, except they leverage the 2 first sales, right? So it's just like I went out and I purchased something directly from you and I got paid off of it, except I'm not going to get paid off of those 2 first sales, right? So before you go crazy, keep in mind, this is your profit center. Only 6 people can fit in it, right? So you didn't get paid off of those first 2. Those 2 went up to your sponsor, right? But when those 2, Cousin Tom and Aunt Jane right there, when they invite their 2 people, those 2 people go directly under you, and you're going to get paid 3 times out of that profit center. And that profit center costs you $35 if you're going with our Explore fund, or that profit center costs you $165 if you're $125 or $165. I'm sorry, if you're combining our Explore and our Traveler fund, and that's just for people that want to make a little bit more money, and I'll explain that. Right. So with that being said, okay, whenever you get involved, all right, and you bring in those 2 people, you get paid. That $10 goes to the company, and that's how Appy Travels get paid. They get paid an administration fee per transaction. You keep 100% of the profit. So with that $35, $10 off to Appy Travels, $25 to you after those first 2 positions come in, right? The Cousin Tom and Aunt Jane right there, you didn't get paid off of that, right? But when they bring in their 2 people, they go under you in this 2x2 payout structure. So what happens is you got paid there, all right, off of Cousin Tom. You got paid there off of Cousin Tom, 25, 25. and then you got paid there off of cousin Jane, 25. You made $75 total out of that profit center. Now, what happens to this last sale here? Aunt Jane made that sale, but I didn't make that 25 there. Well, you're gonna love that part, because what this does is it races out, and this profit center starts over again. It's a whole new profit center that opens up for you, and all these people follow you to that next profit center. Well, people say, well, how does that happen, right? Well, how did that happen? It's very simple, because this can only hold 6 people, right? Any overspill over 6 people will start a whole new profit center. So if you look at our geometric chart, right, you bought into those, that created 4 people, that created 8 people, that created 16, 32, 64, and so forth. Well, it can only hold 6. So they'll continue to close out as people start to come into them, and people will follow each other into other profit centers, right? Well, how do I continue to make additional income? Well, when you come in, you have 2 choices. And I say, it does not matter where you come in. Don't sell you. I'm not here to sell you anything. So get in where you fit in. If you feel like your friends, your neighbors, that they fit in at the $35 level, get in at that level. If you feel like you earn a little bit more higher income and your friends or your associates do as well, come in at the 165. Because what's going to happen is at the VIP level, when you come in at that VIP level, you're going to get, instead of 25, 25, 25, right? Okay. You're going to get 125, 125, 125. All right. So that's going to be $375 when you close out one of these profit centers. And that's just one. Our system is designed to close out at least 3 profit centers for you in the first 30 days, producing a total of $225. If you're at both levels, at the VIP level, right, as well with the, with the VIP level, with the Traveler and the Explorer together, then you would have made $1,125, okay, within that month if you closed out 3 profit centers within the first 30 days. So if you feel like your family is at the level where they just need to come in at a little bit lower cost, that's fine. It's going to do the same thing either way, okay? And you'll make about $225 for month 1. Now, we ain't going to go out and spend that, because we're going to upgrade to the next profit center. So if I didn't upgrade to the Traveler at the 125, right? If I didn't come in at the VIP level, the next month I'm going to the Traveler, right? I'm going to take my profits that I have on my stash card, right? And some of the profits that I made, and put some of those in the bank, right? And in my investments. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my card to upgrade, right, to the VIP Traveler level. And the next month, I'll be earning $100 here, $100 here, $100 here, 25 paid to the company, right? And then the next month, I'm going to upgrade to the next level, right? And that's going to be what? Another 250 travel points. Anytime you upgrade to another fund, it's going to be another 250 travel points, right? And you're going to make more money. So now, if this, once again, right, was $1,000 profit center, right, I'd have made 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000 here. I close out 1 in a month. I made what? $3,000. I close out 2 in a month, right? I made $6,000. I close out 4, if I close out 3 of those profit centers in a month, right? I've made $9,000, right? Off of a $35 investment. Okay. So basically, as you see here in the lower diagram, right? You basically see I close out my first 30 days. I closed out profit center 1, $75. I closed out profit center 2, $75. I closed out profit center 3, $75. My total, $225. Okay, if I'm at the VIP level, I closed out profit center 1, I made $375. I closed out profit center 2, I made $375. I closed out profit center 3, I made $375. Total $1,121 off of a $160 investment. Okay, and all that requires is 2 people that got 2 people. 2 people that got 2 people. 2 people that got 2 people. Now, let's talk about recruiting. Right? And inviting people, because I think this is a very important segment, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about the ownership class, and we're going to go into a little bit of what's real. If you stroll down this video, okay, you'll see a video with Jay-Z and Warren Buffett. And that was a video that changed my life too. When I saw that video, because you know what I extracted from it throughout all the money and everything else that they were talking. Jay-Z said, Warren Buffett and my business are very similar because there's a lot of noise out in the world. People told Jay-Z he was too ugly. People told people told Jay-Z he couldn't rap. People told Rihanna she wasn't good enough, right? All of these amazing people that people told that they weren't good enough, or that what they did wouldn't work, or that they were crazy, or that Elon Musk didn't know what the hell was going on, right? All of these people and all of these examples, right, of people achieving extraordinary things every day. People want you to believe that you can't do anything because they want you to stay down where they are, right? And that's really the reality of it. But only the strong mentally survive through that type of challenge. So I want to strengthen you because you're going to hear a lot of noise. But what I got through from that video and what Warren Buffett really clearly laid out, he said, throughout me out trying to figure out all these stocks and all of these different things I had to figure out, he said, you know what I really had to figure out? What was real. And Jay-Z said, my thing is very similar. There's a lot of things going on in the record industry. People like shiny things. They like the newest thing. I had to figure out what was the essential truth. And the essential truth when it comes to Appy Travels is that our booking engine will take you to the Marriott. Our money pays out through an e-wallet that comes directly into your bank account. You can go anywhere in the world you want with us for free. We pay out over $750,000 a week. Everything we do throughout all of the noise, there's some truth within there. And you got to back out all the noise to be able to get to the elements of what's the truth. Okay? And so the reality of it is, guys, this is very similar. This is going to be very serious, what I have to tell you, because I need to share something with you about what the wealthy know and what we don't know. All right? But the simple matter is that this here information that we're giving you, okay, will allow you to be able to break free and have the freedom and the time to do the things that you want to do with your family while enjoying travel. Check this out. I saw a video one time, really changed my life. The gentleman said that we are walking around in this world today like zombies. And he said that there is what's called consumerism on the prowl. He said, and most of us walk around and live in our everyday lives like consumers, buying, and buying stuff that we have no need for, no use for, things that we absolutely don't need. We're caught in a cycle of spending our money and our credit cards on debt and consumerism, and we don't even see it. We call that, and the wealthy, the people that I've had the privilege to be around in these recent years, they call that the consumer class, and I call it the consumer plan. So when you take your next vacation, does it make sense for you to go drop $1,000, $2,000, $4,000 on your credit card just to have revolving debt and have to pay it off? And guess who got wealthy off of that? The hotel and the shareholders, because you're a part of the consumer class. You buy. That's what you do. The ownership class thinks quite a bit differently. The ownership plan will allow you to make a one-time $35 investment, allow others to do the same, and allow you to be able to generate income that will allow your travel to be free and income. Now, would it be better to go back to the plan of madness, or would it be better to go to a plan that can actually do something for you and your family? How many times have you blown $35 this week? But you're going to sit on $35 because you're caught in that consumerism like that zombie. Now, let me tell you something else that's going to be real to you, and it's going to blow your mind. You know what the wealthy know that you don't know? They root for you to be a consumer. You know why? Because I love to eat at McDonald's. I do, for you McDonald's haters out there. But you know what? I'm sure a lot of other people do too. But you know how a consumer thinks? A consumer thinks, let me go into McDonald's transfer my money out of my bank account into their bank account, and then they go about their way broker than they were before they came in the store. An owner like myself thinks, wow, that Max sandwich was really hitting. I wonder what that stock is doing. And we go home and we rush to go buy that stock. That's because we think like ownership, right? And those that don't think with the level of ownership will always be consumers. But check this out. When you go in there to buy that sandwich at McDonald's or whatever, when that money goes into their bank account, they're going to pay out a dividend at the end of the year. And that dividend goes to those who own shares in that company. So when you go out and you buy that sandwich or whatever you spending your consumerism money on, you're paying for the wealth of the 1 to 5% of the people that invest in the markets. You're paying for whatever it is I want to do with my future because I'm invested. And if you continue in that cycle, you'll be paying for wealthy people's lifestyle for the rest of your life without ever accumulating it yourself. Because you were afraid to make a $35 investment. Because you were worried about what people thought. That was all worth being broke. But with 6 months to life freedom plan, we're on a mission. And you know what that mission is? That mission is we're tired. We're tired of the corporate entities making all the money. $30 million a year spent in t-shirts and caps. Over trillions of dollars a year spent on alcohol. All of us consume and buy these things and has never received a single penny or check from either one of those companies. So let me ask you a question. All of us have $1 in our pocket nowadays. All of us. Okay? All right? Here's $1. All right? Let me explain to you the difference between today's dollar and yesterday's dollar. Yesterday's dollar, you didn't have many choices as what to do with it. Today's dollar, you have a choice. Should that dollar go into the consumer bucket where you know you'll never see it again? Or should that dollar now be invested in me and my family, or a small percentage of that dollar go into me and my family's growth and our family's future? And if you like what we're doing, if you're one of us, you're not about all this mumbo jumbo back here. You're just another person that's saying, I'm tired and I'm ready to start investing a little bit of whatever I make into me, right? And into my family, right? And so that's what we're basically saying here. If you go back to that consumer plan, I can guarantee you one thing, you'll be right where you are today, 3, 4, 5 years from now, right? Unless you want to go out and get another job. But if you go to this owner plan, who knows where it could take you, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but what if I'm right? Now, with that being said, I want to set the scene for you and what the future holds, okay? And once again, I want you to know that when Jay-Z made that $2 million investment, it ended up being over $70 million. For you, it would have been a $2,000 investment and over $70,000. Well, what I want you to understand is if you get involved with 6 months to life freedom group, we're going to put you in position to be able to make those same type of investments. Those companies exist today. I've placed a few gifts on my website so you can get a feel for what they're like, but you need the equity and the money to play the game. That's our goal. Income freedom, revolution, travel. Now, there'll be another video called the 6 months to life freedom plan video. Well, not only will you have that delivered to you in email content once you join with us, but you'll also, and that's on this other board here, have that done in video format. So you'll be able to follow exactly what I'm saying on what are the next steps. But we basically pretty much got it down, right? We're upgrading into other travel funds, and we're using some of those funds to invest in the markets, private businesses, and things of that nature. So with that being said, I want to close this video by showing you something amazing Amazing, amazing. Ain't it amazing? My boy
Yes,
over here
sir.
shooting the videos. Now listen to me. Listen to me, guys. I get excited. I almost turn blue, and I almost be a black man turning blue in the face whenever I talk about this, because I just get excited for so many people, because I was excited to see this happen for the first people in our group, in our organization. So I'm going to shut up, I promise, but I got two more things I want to share with you that I think are very important, okay? And I've had to go through these struggles, and a lot of my livelihood, my life, the things I followed, I placed on that page down there for you. And a lot of the content that I talked about here today is down on that page, right? Right? About Warren Buffett talking about you don't really need many big hits in your lifetime. He says you only need about one or two in the world of investing, right? So if we get that ball rolling for you, a lot of you are going to hit, a lot of you are going to strike, right? But here's the deal. I'm going to show you guys now two things, right? I don't know which one I should show them first, or I tell them first. I'm going to talk to you about why you should stay at your job, and I'm going to call that the incredible job hack. Okay, so I think I'm going to say that one for last, because I think that's just going to get you kind of pumped up, all right? And then you should be, like tomorrow, people should be hitting me up like 6 months of life. All right, so here we go. First thing I want you to know is that in our study of people and in our study of businesses, we noticed there were two words that was consistent in the growth of an individual. Two words that were consistent for anyone to accomplish anything in this world that they wanted to accomplish. And in fact, those two words are probably the very reason that I'm standing here before you today, because I had to build those same infrastructures within myself and then be able to be brave enough to share what I'm thinking with the world. My research and what our research has shown here at 6 Months Life Freedom Group, and keep in mind, I started this organization back in 2005 when I missed out on the Apple deal and I first learned about some other companies. But I noticed the most consistent thing that CEOs have and that successful people have, and the most underrated words in our dictionary and language, if you combine the two, you will be an unstoppable train that no force in this world can stop. Passion and belief equals success. Now, I know you think I'm just throwing out the word passion. I'm just throwing out the word belief, right? But let's think about it. When people are passionate about what they do, money never matters. So it doesn't matter where you work if you're passionate about your work. If you're not passionate about your work, you need to find something you're passionate about, right? Because I tell people that rich people aren't really the luckiest people in the world. It's people that have true love, right? True passion for what they do, can wake up and love what they do in the morning. Those are the people that really have it all, and along with their health, right? So if you have passion and you have belief, right? When you're passionate, right, it drives you. It's what gets you up in the morning. It doesn't make the money anything that is of the major goal in your life, right? I tell my son, find what you love early and share it with the world. That way, you won't worry about thinking about money. You'll be driven by the mission and the goal, right? Football players, a lot of them don't play for money. Some of them play because they love it, right? The money is just because they practice it every day and they love the sport and the money came, right? And that story goes on and on and on and on throughout the annals of history. But it's the most important story of belief that is probably the most underrated word in the human dictionary. Belief has made us, the world, and the people that we are today. The civil rights movement and Dr. Martin Luther King, they wouldn't have done it if they didn't believe they could do it. When we sent the people up to space, we wouldn't have done it if we didn't believe we can do it. The reality is, if you believe in something, the days that you want to quit and go no longer, it's your belief and your passion that keeps you going. That's why those words are underestimated, and it's created everything, right? Think about Steve Jobs. Do you guys know Steve Jobs never knew how to write code? That's right. Steve Jobs, who created the most amazing technical gadget of our times, didn't know how to write code. But he believed that the people that was writing the code could. Right? There's a company from two guys, right, called, I'm trying to remember the name of this company. It's Be Happy. Is that the name of the company? No, Life is Good. There's a story of two guys that have a company called Life is Good, right? Do you know when those guys created that company, they were living in a van? They didn't have a home. They were homeless. And they had the nerve to write Life is Good on a t-shirt, but you're living in a van. Do you know that's a multi-million-dollar company to this day? Because if you're living in a van, the only thing that can grow you to a multi-million-dollar company is not your money, not even your innovative prowess or your genius or your ability to snake the next man. It was your power, it was your passion, and it was their belief. So if you take what we do here and you say, I'm tired of giving our money to the corporate industry, I'm joining a revolution, I'm going to throw some passion to it, and I'm going to throw some belief to it. Do I look like I don't believe? Do I look like I'm not passionate? That's what it takes no matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter whether you join 6 Months to Life Freedom Group or whether you wake up tomorrow, let me give you value. Because I've also learned that if I don't give value to you, if I take the reflection of what I'm trying to do and I make it inward about money, the world will never gravitate to it. It will never have a core of meaning. It will never build to a value that it truly can be. So it has to be about helping people. And once I took the initiative and took the initiative off of me and put it on others, then I found that there was something worth getting up in the morning. Then I became passionate about it, right? And if you're passionate about being able to help someone, help a mother, help a school, help a coach, help somebody who's down, help bring them up, bring them to this video, guide them, and then let us continue to guide them, then they'll be passionate. They'll be belief. I tell people, look, 6 months to life freedom may not be what your life's passion is about, but it will provide the money and the opportunity and the income for you to live whatever that passion is. And with that being said, I'm going to give you a special gift by allowing you to stay at your job. Now, you're probably thinking, this boy is going crazy, but I'm going to give you this last little tip. We're going to find out what is your family's household income and what it's going to need to free up your family's household income. If that's $3,000 a month, if that's $2,000 a month, that's $4,000 a month. And in 4 to 6 months, we're going to replace that income. All right. 4 to 6 months, we're going to replace that income. Right. 6 months to Life Freedom Group. You'll be through our partners with Happy Travel and all the things we're doing. You're going to be making that money, and that's going to replace your income. Now, let's say you're making $50,000 a year. When we replace that income, that's going to handle the lights, the phones, all the little bills that you got, right? And let's say you're making $50,000 a year. If you can stay at your job at least 3 years past that time with us, right? Stay at your job if you're able to do it, right? Because we learned this from Warren Buffett too. Alex Rodriguez asked Warren Buffett, what can I do right now to get me and my family to where we want to do financially? And Warren Buffett said, you play baseball, right? He says, yes. He says, be the best baseball player you can be. So when you go back to work tomorrow, be the best employee there. Give them everything you got. Make them feel like they want to give you a raise. Become invaluable. But guess what? If you stay at your job at least, because if you're healthy, you can do it, that's money you can't get back. Am I correct? So if you're making $50,000 a year and we've replaced your household income within the next 6 months, and I'm pretty sure you're good with math, how would you like to put why do you want to join 6 Months to Life Freedom Group? Should I step back or step forward on it? All right. Why do you want to join 6 Months to Life Freedom Group? How would you like an extra $150,000 into your bank account within the next 3 years if we've replaced all of the bills? If you're making $15,000 a year, you're working at the corner supermarket, right? How would you like an extra $45,000 to $50,000 in your bank account within the next 3 years? You're making $20,000, $60,000. Okay? I think you're getting the point, right? You're making $50,000, you're making $30,000 a year. How would you like an extra $90,000 to $100,000 in your bank account, right? And if you guys making $50,000 or whatever you're making, $150,000 a year, how about $75,000 to pay off the house? Would that save you money in interest? Would that save you money in equity? Right? Another $75,000 in stash on something gonna blow like Tesla, Apple. Would that grow that $75,000 for you? Consumer plan, ownership plan. What owners know is that they love consumers because they spend, while owners buy. I want you to now make that shift from the consumer class to the ownership class. Now, with that being said, I want to thank you for watching this video, all of you around the world. I know I went a little bit over and I know I got excited, but I get excited for you because we are here not to just make money. We're here to make a difference. Revolution now, revolution tomorrow, revolution forever. SMLG. Let's go.